The Supreme Court has warned parties to the presidential petition and their supporters to stop instructing the 7-judge bench on how to conduct the case. NTV's Sheila Sendeo is at the Supreme Court and joins us live. Sheila, what more can you tell us from there?
Well, Trevor, what we do know at the moment is that this decision was reached at on Friday, that is after NASA coalition or the NASA petitioners, that is Raila Odinga and his running mate Kalonzo Musyoka, filed this petition at the Supreme Court, and they're saying that, of course, during that filing or after that filing, it was filed in the last minutes of just before the deadline. There's been a lot of banter, media commentary, and the Supreme Court says that a lot of these discussions may interrupt the activities, in the sense that they may put into question the credibility of the Supreme Court when it comes to dealing with this petition. And just to take you through some of the issues that the Supreme Court is saying, they're saying the court is now fully seized of this petition that is challenging the re-election of President Uhuru Kenyatta, and they're asking the lawyers to advise their clients not to talk about the merits of this case in any other place other than in the courtroom, and that's where they should be prosecuting the case. Really, the lawyers should be the ones prosecuting the case on behalf of their clients, I should say, and therefore there shouldn't be any other banter outside of the courtroom where this petition has been filed. They're saying the media also as well should be impartial in their coverage. The Supreme Court stands together with the people of Kenya in recognizing the vital importance of arriving at this decision to come and prosecute this case at the Supreme Court, and therefore the public should also avoid making statements that are intended or which could be perceived as intended to direct the court on the conduct or the outcome of the petition. Remember, just a couple of days ago, on yesterday, NASA leader Raila Odinga was speaking in Mombasa during the inauguration ceremony of Mombasa Governor Hassan Joho, and he said quite a lot of things about the Supreme Court that, in a sense, touched on the very core of the credibility of the Supreme Court. He says that 7 individuals can be compromised, they can change their minds, and they cannot be trusted, in a sense, to determine the future of 15 million Kenyans, and they cannot really be the ones to decide how 15 million Kenyans or a majority of Kenyans voted. And therefore this is just perhaps in response to some of these statements that have been coming out. Yesterday, President Uhuru Kenyatta also said that he was assured of victory once the case comes up here at the Supreme Court, and therefore it is really a code of conduct or a guideline for the parties to this case to stop making statements even before the case starts, and that could affect the outcome of this case. Remember, we are just still very early on in the day, in the sense that the IEBC and the Jubilee Party, or rather President Uhuru Kenyatta, have not filed their responses yet. What we had yesterday is IEBC giving their election material that were used to announce the presidential results, the forms 34, 35, forms 34A, Bs and Cs that were used to relay the presidential results. Those were supposed to have been given out 48 hours after they were served with the petition. We're still waiting for the IEBC to officially file the response to the specific allegations that NASA has been making, and they will do that before tomorrow midnight, and that is the deadline. And then after that, there will be a pre-trial conference to iron out some of these specific issues, such as how much time does each of the parties have to prosecute or to respond to these allegations, given that a number of them have already given their written submissions. So just ironing out how much time the hearing should take and how much time each of the parties should take when the case comes up for hearing, Trevor.
Sheila, quick one here. How wide does the scope of the ban cover? Because they've only said that the media needs to be objective in the reporting. Does that mean that we shouldn't talk about the merits of the case as well? Or is it just the final outcome of the case that should not be talked about?
Well, it covers, from this perspective, we're not supposed to talk about the merits of a case, whether the case is strong or weak in whatever sense. That will be prosecuted in the courtroom and by the lawyers. They're talking about specifically talking about whether it is a strong or a weak case. That is up to the judges to decide. But up until this point, also talking about issues that will touch on the credibility or the core of the very mandate of the Supreme Court. And this is what the Supreme Court is concerned about, the discussions around some of the conduct of the judges. Some of them have been singled out and they've been called out, and they're saying that even talking about members of the bench and the Supreme Court as a whole touches on the credibility of the Supreme Court and could affect the outcome of the case. So the merits of the case cannot be discussed at this point. This is what will be prosecuted in the courtroom, Trevor.
All right. Thanks, Sheila. That's Sheila Sendeo speaking to us live from the Supreme Court, where what people are calling the battle royale is set to be set. And you have been warned against speaking about the merits and the demerits of the case, what judges should do and what they should not do.